Hi everyone, welcome to another short attention span webinar. Kelly, we're giving our clients this week more information on good questions to ask as you do kind of a self-review for 2015. You know, this one will run, I think, the first weekend in December, excuse me.
December.
So we're starting to get to that point where, you know, you're making your mind starts thinking about year end.
Sure.
So, but our clients are already way ahead of that. So
I hope so.
we've talked about, am I doing enough new business activity? And how are my current accounts doing? The third one is kind of a different offshoot, you know, and this is something that I focus on. What do I need to do in order to say, yes, I'm doing my job?
Mm-hmm.
Because if I asked you that question and you said, well, what are you talking about? I mean, my sales are up double digits over last year. Of course I'm doing my job. Where's the vulnerability there, Kelly?
You know, I mean, it's a tricky one. I think it has everything to do with how you're managing your time. I think it has to do with what goals you're setting for yourself. And I'm not sure I'm going exactly in the right direction. Maybe you have a different take on this. But to me, it's really about envisioning, you know, who you are and where you want to be.
Well, yeah, and you know what? I think if someone says, well, yeah, I mean, my sales are up. Well, your sales might be up because your existing customers bought a lot more.
Right.
You didn't do any new business activity. And then January 4th, the first business day of 2016, you might get whacked across the head and losing a big account.
Right.
And, oh my gosh, I haven't done any backup work. You know, like you said last week, Kelly, I didn't meet anybody new in my current accounts. I haven't done any prospecting. There's this big hole, and you don't just walk in and say, okay, you know, I'm going to take you on now.
Right.
If you lose a big account and you've got, you know, a third of your business gone, it's going to take you 12 to 18 months to replace that.
Right.
So part of doing your job, the results are great, but focusing on the activity.
It's really about balance, I think. I think it's about really, you know, truly looking within yourself and asking yourself, why did I go into sales in the first place? Why is this where I naturally decided to dedicate my career and my talents and my skills, and to say that, yeah, it isn't just about account maintenance. It isn't just about, you know, letting my CSR take orders and me taking people golfing. You know, that there is something at your core that at some point really did enjoy the thrill of the chase of new business. And we got to get back to that place. And we got to say that, like, that's the really, really fun part, and the part that gives you the thrill of being like, look what I just did. Look what I brought.
Yeah.
You know, and so there is an external element to this too, Bill. I think that's how does your workplace perceive you? Do they look at you as the hunter, the master, the new business? You know, are you huge, or do they look at you as like, oh, there's the order taker, there's the guy that got lucky? And I forgive me for the general, you know, gender pronouns here. I mean, I'm talking about men and women, but again, opening up yourself to some self-awareness to know how you're perceived in your office, I think, is important.
Sure.
You know,
yeah. No. That
where
fits.
do your what do your estimators think of you? And you know, if your answer is yeah, maybe not so much, you can reinvent yourself to be somebody who's out there, you know, making it happen for the company, because they rely on you. These people's jobs are secure because of your activity.
So I think the way I would look at this, Kelly, is daily, weekly, monthly. So on a daily basis, I want to start my day with a plan. Not come in and plan my day. Start my day with a plan that I made yesterday before I left. The second thing is I want to finish the day saying, yeah, you know what? I made a good number of calls today. I hit my daily minimums. I have a minimum 7 calls a day that I make, and I really feel as though I did my job. If I do nothing else but make those 7 new business calls, it lifts me up. You know, if I miss that number, you know, I'm kind of going into the next day. So that's another big part of it. On a daily basis, am I setting myself up for success? And then am I finishing the day? And of course, you know, am I doing my priorities? Am I doing the right things? Am I working through my task list? Am I doing the right things is a big one, by the way, because you can be busy and not productive.
Right.
And then am I ending my day with a plan for tomorrow? On a week's basis, am I planning ahead? Am I already thinking about next week, this week? When I look back on the week, do I say, yeah, that was time well spent. That was a good balance. It doesn't mean that I've worked 15, 16-hour days and say, ooh, I did my job. Look at how hard I worked. Don't fall for that trap. And then on a monthly basis, am I calling on my existing accounts? Am I seeing them frequently enough? You know, am I learning something? You know, this is all part of doing your job.
Right.
Focus on the activities gained. The results will take care of themselves. So
I always remember my very favorite days being the ones where I looked up and was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's 5:30.
Yeah.
You know, where you knew, like, I saw 6 people today. I made these calls. I saw, you know, when you were so busy that the day just snuck right up on you. Those were the ones where I was like, yeah, I got it done today. You know, instead of it being 3:00 and being like, oh man, now what?
Well, that works too with home stuff. You know, I had a great weekend, a great Saturday anyway, because I had a lot of stuff on my to-do list of weeding and hauling and shopping and exercising and whatnot. And at the end of the day, I can't remember. I can't remember falling asleep faster than I did this past Saturday night.
Awesome.
Gone. I was gone. But that was a really good day. Same type of thing. I started with a plan. I ran the plan. I did the right things. And then I ended the day with a plan for the next day, for Sunday.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, there's some stuff for question number 3. Kelly, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Bill.
And tomorrow, next week, we'll wrap it up with a 4th question for you as you review your 2015. Stay tuned. We'll talk to you another shortest attention span webinar.